broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling, brought to you by Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Ressing of Edward Jones Financial Forest Grove, EconoFab Pole Buildings, Jason Bond Remodeling, Jim's Market, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsborough, Main Street Pizza, Northside Rock, Oregon Army National Guard, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Banks Volleyball. The Lady Braves come into tonight's match with a record of 0-5, getting ready to take on the 5A Hood River Valley Eagles with a record of 2-3. Stand by just a moment as we're going to have the public address introductions for both teams, as I'll be handling those duties as well. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with tonight's first serve here from Banks High School. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's non-league volleyball contest between the We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Together we can provide a safe and respectful environment for all. Part of that safe environment during the time of COVID will mean players will not shake hands with the opposing bench before or after the contest. Now let's meet the players for both teams. Actually, first the officials. R1, Trisha Herder, and R2, Joyce Phillips. Now for the visiting Eagles of Hood River Valley. Number 1, senior Kayla Sheesby. Number 2, junior Madison Duddles. Number 3, senior Lauren Spontaner. Number 4, junior Mallory McInerney. Number 5, senior Emma Kroll. Number 6, junior Casey Beeman. Number 7, junior JC Johnston. Number 8, sophomore Tegan Slack. Number 9, junior Haley Steuben. Number 11, sophomore Marina Castaneda. Number 12, sophomore Ryan Rossell. And number 14, senior Reese Lieblein. The Eagles are coached by Courtney Harvey. Now let's meet the starters for tonight's home team, the Banks Braves. Number 1, junior setter Taylor Van Aken. Number 2, junior setter Haley Evans. Number 3, junior defensive specialist Katie Raines. Number 4, senior defensive specialist Riley Emra. Number 5, senior defensive specialist Riley Stanley. Number 6, senior outside hitter Naya Johnson. Number 7, sophomore defensive specialist Ava Bogroff. Number 8, senior defensive specialist Hayden Rockwell. Number 9, junior middle blocker Alex Saunders. Number 10, junior middle blocker Madison Walker. Number 11, sophomore outside hitter Jocelyn Janison. Number 12, junior outside hitter Madison Bixby. And number 13, senior defensive specialist Sierra Jackson. The Braves are coached by Stephanie Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem.